As I said, this is Every City Needs a God Spark, and as James shared, we moved to Lincoln Square to start a new church, and I know what you're thinking. Yes, it's the pastor. He's here to make us all feel guilty, right? But that's what I get paid to do, after all, is to make people feel shame, and obviously dogs. That's about dog shame, not about licking man parts, by the way. So. No, what I actually get paid to do is I get paid to talk to people. Let's call them God people, people who love to think and live for God. And I talk to them about this one thing, to get involved in the city of Chicago. And because I believe that the city of Chicago is on a cultural renaissance. And I'm here to talk to you today because you are already a part of the cultural renaissance, and you're already making and creating art. And so I'm here to talk to you that maybe, just maybe, God is supposed to be a part of your conversation, that maybe in your creative process, you need a God spark. And so some of you are thinking, well, isn't religion the enemy of cultural movement? Isn't religion the one who's brought us so many horrible things like homophobia and racism and fear-based motives? To some degree, I agree with you that we do not need more fear-based theologies. Have you heard of the rapture? Yes, Jesus is coming back to take his select few while he leaves all of us here to die and burn. Be careful while he does this, because you could be left in a car that is violently left alone while you drive in this moment, ready to kill small children and urban rabbits running around Logan Square. So, yes, no, I agree with you. We do not need more fear-based theologies. That is not good for our city. But what if at the heart of your belief is not fear? What if it's love? What if we need sacrificial love? Because I believe love will change our city. I believe sacrificial love, that we need the power of God, because the power of God is not the power of fear, it's the power of love. Richard Mouw said this. He says, if you want to be cultural leaders and you want to have a huge influence on the world in which you live, bear more pain than you inflict. Richard Mouw said this because as a Christian, he believes that that is what ultimately will change the world, is to lay down your life, not just for your friends, but for your enemies. And I have time to talk about this sacrificial love in one way, that once you believe in this, that you are radically loved, you're radically free. You're radically free, this picture here of Mother Teresa, to lay down your life for not only those that can give something to you, but someone that has nothing to offer you at all. That's what it means to be sacrificial love. And so once we do this, we can begin to change our city. We begin to love and bring justice to the city of Chicago. So in this sense that if you are radically loved, you're radically free. I believe that you're radically loved not because the God of the universe made you. He doesn't love you because you're awesome. He doesn't love you because of your gift, your talent. He loves you because he made you. And because of this, you're radically loved, therefore you're radically free. You're free. And I believe that this frees us up to do things in different ways. And it frees us in three ways. Three ways that I have time to talk to you today about how, once you see that you're radically loved, you're radically free. Number one, it frees you from being bound by your craft and art. It is no longer your everything. Your art does not use you. You use it to do good. It is not your everything. It's not your precious, right? And secondly, if you're radically loved, you're free to listen to your critics. You're free to listen to your critics. We creatives, artists, entrepreneurs, we hate criticism because we're all tragically insecure in this room, to be honest. I'm insecure. But what happens when you listen to your critics? What happens when you listen to your critics? You no longer get your identity from your product. You get your identity from something else, and what you see is your art gets better, your craft cocktail gets better, your furniture gets better, your jeans get better. Three, whenever you're radically loved, you're radically free to take risk. Bad art is safe. Someone in this room loves Nickelback. If you make safe art, you'll find somebody to like it. But when you're radically free, you take risk to fail and to try and get back up and try again. That's what happens. And this is what happened to my heart when we moved to Chicago to start a new church. I was radically loved, but at some moment I felt very, very insecure. And I found my hope in this. The philosopher, the Avett brothers, they said this, that when you're when you're loved by someone, you're never rejected. Decide what to be and go be it. Thank you.